Let's continue with our example solution by showing related data in our customers form. What I'd like to do is see each customer's orders, so I'll begin by creating a new form based on the orders table. To do this, again, right-click the Forms node and select Create New Form. This time we'll navigate to our orders table and we'll select some data providers to show on the form. I'll grab just a few here. Now I'm going to modify one of the form's design time properties called the view, and I'm going to change it from record view to table view. This has the effect of putting the form into a grid control so I can see more than one record at a time. And I'll resize the form to make it a little bit smaller. And I'll save the changes to my form by clicking the Save button. Now in Servoy you can show forms within other forms, and you can do this using an object called a relation. Recall from our Servoy concepts that a relation models a relationship between two database tables. In this case, our relation will model the relation between customers and order. To create a relation, right-click the Relations node underneath your solution and select Create Relation. Now every relation has to have a name, but I'm going to select the source table and the destination table and let Servoy name my relation for me. So first for the source table, I'm going to select the customers table. And then for my destination table, I'll select the orders table. Next, we would want to specify the keys of the relation to build the join on. Now Servoy has guessed the keys for our relation because it looked at the primary key from the customers table and found a field by the same name in the orders table. So it inferred that our relation would be based on the field customer ID in both tables. And in this case this is correct. However, it's worth pointing out that you can select any data provider, including global variables and calculations from your left-hand table, and any data provider from your right-hand table to build a join on. You can also add as many keys as you want, and you can use any operator that you want. In addition to the equals, you can use arithmetic operators, you can use string operators such as like and not like, and then more complex combinations like case insensitive, string operators, logical operators, null or equals, null or greater than, etc. So you can really get fancy with your relations, and you can model some pretty complex queries without having to write any SQL. Servoy relations also support a full left-out or join if you need them. And you can specify the initial sort for the relation, and it can be multimodal sorting. So for example, I could sort descending based on the order date, but then alphabetically based on the ship city. Finally, this set of checkboxes here describes our referential integrity that we're going to enforce, and also cascading deletes. So this first checkbox specifies that we're going to allow creation of related records through the relation. When you create records through a relation, it'll automatically fill the foreign keys for you, so you don't have to enforce that yourself. The second checkbox describes what to do with orphaned records. You can allow parent records to be deleted if they have child records, or you can revoke that delete and make sure that you have to delete the child records first before you can delete the parent. And finally, checking this checkbox here specifies that we're going to have cascading deletes. So for this example, when I delete a customer, it's going to cascade the delete to all of the customer's orders. I'm going to save the relation and continue with our example. So finally, we're going to add the orders form to the customers form. And we're going to do this using the relation that we just created. In Servoy, forms can be added to other forms using what's called the tab panel component. A tab panel component can show one or more forms within a form through one or more relations or unrelated. To place a tab panel component, go to the Elements menu and select Place Tab Panel, or click the Tab Panel button from the toolbar. You'll be prompted to select one or more forms, and those forms can be displayed either unrelated or through a relation. So I'll expand my customers to orders relation and see the orders form is available, the one I just created. I'll select that form and click OK. I'll drag the tab panel component and I'll save the changes. Now I'll switch over to the debug clients, and you can see that the change has been broadcast into the debug client, and it's showing the customer's related order records. And as I scroll through, you can see that Servoy manages the query to find the related order records as well. Switching back to developer, I'll expand my customers form, and you can see that under the elements, the new tab is available to be programmatically interacted with, as well as under relations, the customer to orders relation can also be used as a programmable object. With Servoy, there's no limit to how you use relations. You can traverse your entire data model and pull related data in from anywhere.